guys. Okay, so I have a lot of things to show you guys actually. First of all, I went to Tractor Supply this morning. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pause this. I'll be right back. Alright, so I went to Tractor Supply. One of the reasons I did, you can already see it. I bought a Red Haven peach tree. I can't talk today. So this is the first of the trees that are going on the property. The first of our orchard. I was so happy. Andrew came home yesterday and said that or a couple days ago, and said they were getting their trees, or they had their trees in. So there's the first of our orchard. Cinnamon, don't you dare! I will spray you with that bottle. Plus, don't you dare! I will spray you. We bought a organic natural bone for Nebula for our dog, and Cinnamon keeps trying to get it. Okay, I also found one of the books that I've been looking for. They have quite a few of several of the books that I need. The Backyard Homestead book, so I can tell Aaron that he can have this book. Hey! Dang it, Cinnamon. She's being naughty. Okay. On the back of this, it says, from 1/4 of an acre you can harvest. And I'll show this. And then I'll just read it real quick. From 1/4 of an acre, you can harvest 1,400 eggs, 50 pounds of wheat, 60 pounds of fruit, 2,000 pounds of vegetables, 280 pounds of pork, and 75 pounds of nuts. And that is just on 1/4 acre. 1/4 of an acre. So you guys that live on a small plot, you have a small 1 or 2 acres of land, you guys can still do this. You guys can still start a good homestead. And I might even go through and start reading this book and making videos out of it. And I'll show you one of the layouts. That's one of the layout pages. Okay. Start your own backyard homestead. Step into the yard. Consider your preferences. Follow the law and make nice with the neighbors. Preserve your harvest. You can grow as many as 15 pounds of tomatoes from just one self-watering container on the back patio. Cinnamon, don't you dare, because I will spray you. She keeps trying to get Nebula's bone. Okay. How much food could you produce? This is a homestead on 1/10 of an acre. Okay. Vegetables, 8 beds, each 4 by 8 feet. Fruits and nuts, various fruit trees, grapevines, and berry canes, strawberry beds, and espaliered fruit along the fence line. Herbs, tea herbs like bergamot, anise, lavender, and catmint. Grains, not enough space to produce a reasonable quantity. Poultry, 6 chickens. Meat or dairy, rabbits, not enough space to keep large animals. And wild foods, 2 beehives. So, I can't, I found their beehives, okay. Get away from my tree! Okay, and this one is a homestead on 1/4 of an acre. Right there. And this one, vegetables, 12 beds, each 4 by 8 feet. Fruits and nuts, various fruit trees, grapevines, and berry canes, strawberry beds, and a kiwi arbor. Now, I did find out from Andrew, kiwi is a vine, it's not a tree. And that's cool, because what I'll do on the property is I will build arbors out of the heavier timber from the property, or pallets, one of the two, and I will, make it to where the kiwi can just climb around the arbor. Herbs. Culinary herbs like thyme, tarragon, chives, and sage. Grains. A 25 by 50-foot patch of a single grain like wheat or oats. Poultry. 12 chickens. No, there are chicken areas over there. Meat or dairy animals. Sorry. 2 pigs. Rabbits, not enough space to keep larger animals. Wild foods, 2 beehives. Okay. By adding another 1/4 of an acre of pasture, which I'll show you that right there. This one right here. This the pasture area. You'd be able to keep 2 or 3 goats for milk or a beef steer to grow through the summer. Estimating the harvest is difficult to say how much food you'll be able to produce from your backyard homestead. So much depends on the kinds of vegetables, fruits, and animals you select, what the weather is like, how long your growing season is, how intensively you're planning. But to give you a general idea of just how much it's possible to produce, given the 1/4 acre layout on page 4, I can't read today. On page 14, here are some ballpark numbers. 50 pounds of wheat, 280 pounds of pork, 120 cartons of eggs, 100 pounds of honey, 25 to 75 pounds of nuts, 600 pounds of fruit, and 2,000 plus pounds of vegetables. That's a lot, you guys. That is a lot. And just from that little amount, you guys can see, it's not easy. I'm not going to sit here and say it's easy because it's not. There's nothing really easy about homesteading. Homesteading is hard. It's hard work. Especially if, excuse me, look at her. Now Cinnamon is playing with my tree. You're not going to destroy my tree because it's going back outside. I'll let you guys see our cat being a goofball. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, especially if you're starting from scratch, from the very beginning on trying to build up a homestead. It's not easy. There's nothing easy about it. But it's well worth the effort. It's worth the hard work. Our ancestors did it. I've said it before. Our ancestors did it. All we have to do is relearn this stuff. It's a matter of want. Like, what are you willing to do to make it to where you can have your own really good food? Healthy for you. Food that actually is going to make you feel good because you are healthy. But yeah, I might go ahead and actually take the time and start. Excuse me, don't start chewing on my tree. My tree is moving. It's because the kitty's trying to attack my tree. No, that's my tree. And then they have these sections in here. And I'm going to go ahead and build 7 different beds. Scooch my tree over. Excuse me, stay off my tree. I'm going to build 7 of these 7 beds, 4 elongated, like, excuse me. Stop it. Cinnamon. My tree. She's a brat. Chloe, I almost poked your eye out with this tree in the store. And I literally almost stuck one of the sticks in my eye. Would you stop it? Stop attacking my tree. Cinnamon, stay out of my tree. My tree. No, my tree. I'll put that back outside in a minute. Okay. These right here, I'm gonna do 4 of our beds like this, and 3 of them, like this. And I'm gonna plant. Sorry. I'm gonna plant the beds just like it has it laid out in this book, just to see what happens and see how see what we get out of it. But gives you several different ways to grow certain things and cool and warm season vegetables, which is cool. It shows you how to extend your growing season. And it gives you planting dates in relation to frost. Gives you the map with the keys for it. Talks about cold frames and how to build them, what to plant in them. This book is just really, really good. And it goes right from scratch on, what to plant when and to start seeds and that kind of thing. So I wasn't going to pass up this book. I just wasn't going to. This is one of the ones I really needed back. So talks about growing plants vertically. TP trellises. Sorry. TP trellises. Shows you how to build cages for tomatoes. Shows you how to do fence trellising. An A-frame trellising for vines and heavy fruits, such as melons, gourds, and pumpkins, which is a good thing to know because that's what I want to do with those. Talks about harvesting, saving seeds, drying seeds, and it even has like chart kind of things in here for oh my goodness. Sorry, I'm tired, you guys. Talks about the different characteristics of common vegetables saved for seed and how to save them. And then it literally has a section in here called Vegetables A to Z. And it starts at asparagus and it goes through. It has a lot. I love this book. I use this book quite a bit in Michigan. But see, now I can tell Aaron that he can have this book. He can get into my box of books, the homesteading books, and he can dig out this book and he can have it. Because there will come a time when he's gonna have to grow a garden. And it also talks about canning and how to do it and what you need for it. And then it talks about backyard fruits and nuts and how to grow them, how to plant them, how to grow them, what you need for them. Strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries. Blueberries. Grapes. Cannot wait to get grapes. Except the first year you're not supposed to let them produce. It's the second year. You'll get a little bit out of it the second year, and then the third year you'll start to get a lot more. And then fruit trees. It even shows you how you can do a layout for fruit trees and even maple trees and that kind of thing. The home orchard. It says think small, planting a dwarf fruit orchard, which I might actually go that far on thinking small. Other than that, animals farming, there's not going to be no such thing as small because we have the property and we're running out of time. So, we need this stuff and we need to be able to learn how to do it. And, I'm just going to get the books and we're just going to dive in headlong. Apples, peaches. Many peach cultivars are self-fertile, but several of the most popular kinds are not. I'll have to check that one out because I didn't even look at that. But I'm gonna get another peach tree anyway. I'll probably get two. I'm gonna get trees every single time we get paid. So I was only able to get one today. I don't know if I can work in another $15, $15 or $16. I'm gonna go ahead and just get another one. But this also goes through an overview of luscious landscape plants. But I think this would make some really good videos and really, it would also get us away from the pins, which I'll throw those in between as well. Oh, this also goes into wine making, you guys. Country wines and how to make them. Which I think Chloe would like that because the wine that Andrew brought home that one night was really good. Peach wine, grape melomel, herb or dried flower petal wine, cider making, which I think I'm going to start saving the money and get a cider mill. And knock on wood, if we actually get the $65,000, I will probably go ahead and buy one. Vinegars, fruit vinegars, and then nuts. I'll probably go ahead and buy some nut trees, and I need to figure out where I'm going to put those. I'm also thinking very seriously of talking to Sandy. It also, okay, before I get into what I was going to say here, it also has a section on herbs, and this one is an easy and fragrant kitchen border right here, and this one is a cold and flu garden. And just so you guys know, I'll actually go over this right now. It has thyme, garlic cloves, cayenne pepper, yarrow. Yarrow is perennial, just so you know. Echinacea is perennial. I think peppermint is. And rosemary is perennial. So the only one you'd have to replant would be the thyme. When cooler winter weather arrives, colds and flu often arrive too. You can plant a garden that provides an herbal harvest to treat your cold or flu. This plan can take up quite a large space. Peppermint becomes invasive, so plant it in a large tub or container with drainage holes in the bottom and sink it into the ground. Butterflies are drawn to echinacea and yarrow. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that with the peppermint. But then it goes through showing you talking about how to dry herbs, and then 32 essential herbs is what it goes over. And I'm just going to go through and make sure we have all of these herbs, and I don't care where I have to get them from. Covers making herbal vinegars and herbal teas. Cooking with herbs, homegrown grains, growing grains, backyard corn. Oh, I had it, sorry. I was trying to keep her away from Nebula's bone. Get down. Popcorn. How to dry corn, grinding corn. Plant your own wheat field. Harvesting, threshing. They even go into like how to use a scythe to harvest it, which is that's nice because it's probably what it's going to end up being. Threshing, winnowing, storing, grinding, the whole 9 yards. And I'll probably go ahead and get a hand flour mill, hand crank grain mill. Sprouting grains and beans. Goes over sprouts, and then it has cooking with cornmeal. Cornbread, Johnny cakes, polenta. Basics of making bread, about yeast, and you can make your own yeast. Goes into the different types of breads, quick breads, homemade pasta, simple fresh pasta. And you can get a hand crank pasta machine. And then you can also grow your own stuff for beer, which I don't care about beer, so that doesn't bother. Like, no. Meh. Basic barley malting, and that's for your malt beers kind of thing. I mean, yeah. I'm probably going to grow barley, but it's not going to be for beer. It's just gross. Yeah. Goes in the dandelion bitters and pale horse pale ale, brown ale. Poultry for eggs and meat. Chickens. Talks about the different breeds. Egg breeds, meat breeds, and there's a lot more than what they list in here. But we'll get into that. This book is just so amazing. I love this book. Talks about the eggs. And I'm going to get an egg stamp. Just because I think they're really cool. How to cut up a chicken. Butchering. A simple chicken coop. We're just going to use pallets to make our coops. Turkeys. Raising them, that kind of thing. Ducks and geese. Ducks for eggs. Ducks for meat. Goose breeds. Don't you dare go to try to steal that. And then it talks about storing meat and then meat and dairy. Goats. I'm not going to be trying to use goats for meat either. I would be using them for milk goats. And then how to, deal with the milk and that kind of thing. And then sheep. And cattle for milk and meat. But as I said before, I will probably go with a Dexter. Yep, Dexters are the smallest cattle. The, the average cow weighs less than 750 pounds and is only 36 to 42 inches tall. Bulls weigh less than 1,000 pounds and are 38 to 44 inches tall. Dexter cattle are quiet and easy to handle, and the cows give rich milk. So, but because the Dexter is a smaller cow, that's what I would probably go with. And then it goes into raising pigs. So yeah, and rabbits. And rabbits are going to end up being our business, so I'm not going to, if I had to use rabbit for a meat, I would go out and, hunt for them. I wouldn't. And then it goes into smoking for, smoking the meat, smokehouses, that kind of thing. Now, this doesn't really give much on, like, how to build one, really. So I'll, get a separate book for that, but this does have a recipe for beef jerky, Chloe. And homemade cheese. You okay? Making soft cheese, cream cheese, which Chloe doesn't care about. Soft goat cheese, 30-minute mozzarella. making hard cheeses. And you can use beeswax to coat around the outside of cheese, your hard cheeses, to store them. And then yogurt. I can't find her, so I can't stop her from doing it. Well, she moved because Nebula jumped down there. Then making butter, making ice cream at home. I'm gonna get a hand crank ice cream maker. She grabbed it and ran in the kitchen with it when you were in the bathroom. I had to chase her down.
I heard her growling.
I had to chase her down. Nebula's gonna run away with it now, and she's growling at Nebula. It's just a circus around here right now. And yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna get a hand crank ice cream maker, and then food from the wild, which is honey. Beekeeping, we've already done quite a few videos on that. So, and then foraging, which a lot of that goes into your medicinal plants and stuff. Talks about dandelions, the leaves, the flowers, roots. Also talks about rose hips, and then dandelion coffee, dandelion wine, flower fritters, which I would like to make those. And then making maple syrup. I don't know if we have any sugar maples around here. I have no idea. But there's also a lot of other trees you can tap for syrup. So, anyway, I'm probably going to go ahead and start doing videos on these. And there's 4 other books that are connected to this one. There's the planner, and I'm going to get that. I'll have to order that online. There's the Backyard Homestead Book of building projects, the Backyard Homestead Guide to Raising Farm Animals, and then there's the Backyard Homestead Book of Kitchen Know-How. So, yeah, I just wanted to cover that book a little bit. And I actually think I'm going to go through and do videos out of this book and just get that information out there, because that's what it's about right now, is getting that information out there. I also bought this, the Backwoods Home Magazine, and this issue covers bake with ancient grains, build raised garden beds, making mozzarella, and raising yaks. It also has a teenager building a workshop. And I might even go ahead and make videos out of this. Why not, right? Okay. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys, what I bought, and my fruit tree. It's a Red Haven. It's a DeGroot Peach, Red Haven Peach, Platinum Performers. It is zones 5 through 8. Full sun, spacing 15 to 20 feet, so I had that right. And height, it gets to 12 to 15 feet or as pruned. So, this is a full-size tree. So, pretty cool. Product must be purchased before June 1st. Well, but yeah, there's our first tree for our orchard. I'm gonna go ahead and get off from here, and I'm gonna write this one down because I definitely want the intro on this, and I can't find my notebook. What I did with it? Oh, it's right there. Anyway, but I'm gonna go ahead and get off from here and get it titled, and the only thing I really have to do is go to Roy's and get a few extra little groceries. Sorry, guys. Tired. But I will get off from here, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.